It is that time of the week. We get Daniel Solana in here, the good Solana brother, to not just talk soccer, but just talk about everything that's going on in and around the sports world. Daniel, I have a few questions for you right off the bat. Want to get to it. Inter Miami, final game of the year, 1 week from today, New England Revolution. They've already clinched the number one seed. They have something to play for, though, don't they?
Yeah, they do. They got the points record to play for, and none other than against the defending point champion New England Revolution, who are going to be missing one of their top players, Carles Gil, who picked up a hamstring injury and he'll be out. So that's some good news for Inter Miami going into that game. Now, I've been a big proponent of really not caring about getting the points. To me, that's not a big deal. I was just about getting the supporter shield. That's already done. And I'm more about keeping the team healthy. So, but this team is deep, fellas. This team is deep, and they've shown that with the absence of the stars here and there. Overall, Messi for a couple months, and they held up their end, and they continue to do so. They hit a rough patch of a few games of some draws, but they got the big win that they needed against Columbus. That was the signature win of the 2024 MLS campaign. And now they have, the points record. So, guys, what do you think? Do you go for it, or do you rest your players? I think if they rest them, they can still get it. But do you just throw everybody into the oven like they say?
When do you start? When does the playoff MLS postseason start?
It starts October 25th. So Inter Miami will play Friday, October 25th, because obviously the scheduling guys got smart and they noticed that there was a Canes FSU game on the 26th, and there's another big sporting event, I guess, in Miami also on the 26th. So they didn't want to have folks choosing, which game to go to or whatever. So the MLS scheduling folks and Inter Miami were allowed to schedule that first playoff game on Friday, October 25th.
And Daniel, remind us how the playoffs are a little different this year in MLS.
Yeah, so the first round, it'll be best of three. Where normally it was either best of two or knockout. So now first round will be best of three. So if Inter Miami were able to pick up a win on October 25th on that home game, and they go ahead and pick up a win on the next game, then it'll be over. But of course, if there's a draw on the next game, then they'll have to play a third game. A draw or a loss, they'll have to play a third game to decide the winner of that series.
And then after that, it's knockout round.
After that, it is knockout round until you get to the final.
Do you like this new rule? Like, it's almost like you're turning into the other four major sports when you have a 2 out of 3. Basically, you're telling the team they got to win twice, but then the next round just a knockout round. Like, so is it both home and visitor? They both play home and away, and then
it's home, away, and home. No, home, away, and then they'll come back for the third game home.
No, I'm talking. But
you're talking about the. Yeah, it'll be. I assume it'll be home and away, and then if it's still tied at the end, they go to extra time and penalties.
And then when it goes to the knockout round, Vlad, the higher seed will have the home game.
Correct. The second home game.
Inter Miami technically only has one more road game this year, no matter what.
So in the knockout round, both games will be played in the top seeds stadium, or is it just one game and that's it?
It's just one game. It's knockout.
That makes no sense.
No. It's two games. It's two games. So the first game will be played at the lower seed stadium, and the second game will be played at the second seed stadium. So that's how the rest of the format will be. It'll be.
I didn't know it was home and away. I thought it was just one game.
No. It'll be home and away. So and then the only game that is knockout will be the final.
Okay, so it's best of 3 in the first round, then it's aggregates the next 2 rounds, and then it's a final, and then the highest seed gets a home game in the final.
That's correct.
Okay, just Inter Miami, just keep winning. That's all you got to do.
Now, all I'm saying is just weird. Why does the first round get the 2 out of 3, but then the more as the rounds continue, you lessen it? That's just weird.
I know why.
Oh, weird. Okay.
Daniel, correct me if I'm wrong. Inter Miami has qualified for the Club World Cup by winning the Supporter Shield, meaning they've won the MLS regular season.
I mean, I don't know that they really qualify, guys. Let's set things straight.
Good. I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, absolutely. And just so that we get things straight again, I'm reviewing and I want to correct myself so that the listeners and the folks watching also get it right. It is a single elimination win or go home conference semifinal and conference final, hosted by the team with the higher seed. So you were right, Dan. I was wrong. It's only that first round that is a best of 3 series where the higher seed will host game 1 and game 3 if needed. So now getting back to the Club World Cup and Inter Miami. Yeah, let's be real, guys. They didn't really qualify for anything. They were given this, this I guess honor of representing the MLS because there was really no precedent made as to why, who would go, and of course some FC Cincinnati fans thought they would go because they were the active Supporters Shield winners. Some Columbus Crew fans thought they would be selected because overall they've had the better season, in getting to the CONCACAF Champions League final and also being the active MLS Cup champions. But Inter Miami goes ahead, wins the Supporters Shield. Now, MLS or FIFA has a reason to say, hey, we're going to give it to them. They won it. But if I'm a FC Cincinnati fan, I'm saying, hey, why not us? So I mean, I agree that both and many fan bases have a gripe to pay with FIFA or whoever selected Inter Miami. But are they deserving? Absolutely, they're 100% deserving. Are they the team who's going to draw the most amount of folks? 100%, fellas, 100%. And that's really what this is all about. I mean, Gianni Infantino and the FIFA are really trying to sucker some more money out of the rest of the world. And, we're going to pay for it. We're going to buy it. We're buying it, guys.
I mean, think about it, Daniel Solana. If, let's see, Inter Miami gets a draw against, Barcelona or Real Madrid or even a Man City, or maybe South America, you go to like a River Plate or your team Nacional in Uruguay, that's a big ticket.
Absolutely. And look, they'll have a chance to do that because, now that they've learned that they've qualified, I'm sure they'll put some extra money into the team, into, reinforcing that back line, which we know has been probably the weakest point, and maybe picking up some other, some other maybe big name players along the way, knowing that they're going to compete in this, this tournament next summer, and it's going to draw a lot of eyes. So if you are able to scrape out a tie against a Real Madrid or a Barcelona, realistically today, I'd say that's not going to happen. But if they do get the team, the team together and get the right folks in place, and they're able to do that 100%, that's going to draw major eyes onto the team, especially coming off of, this tour that they just went on, and they got basically blown out every single game. I mean, I think they lost one game 6-0 or 6-1. They tied another team. So, I mean, obviously, and those were Team Asia and the team where Ronaldo plays at. I think it's Al Nassr. Yeah. So, I mean, now you're talking about playing against Man City. You're talking about playing Real Madrid. These are other level teams, and even a River Plate, even a Flamengo from Brazil. I mean, these are just big name teams. So if you can show that you can compete with them, then it becomes a big deal, and it becomes really good for the MLS.
All right. So 9 teams in each conference make the playoff in the MLS, right? 1 and 7, then 8 and 9 have to play. Whoever wins will be the team that's facing Inter Miami. Am I correct?
That's right.
So between Montreal and DC United, who does Inter Miami want to face? And does DC United, that's the other thing, will DC United play strong next Saturday, knowing that they have a wild card game and that winner gets to face Inter Miami again? Like, you're not going to show your hand in case you got to face this team again in later on next week, correct? Am I wrong, or am I just overtaking my head? Because I mean, they have another game. Then even though next Saturday, the 19th is their final game, they have a wild card game. I would believe would be what, the 22nd.
I believe so. Yes.
So how heavy are you gonna go when you know you have another game to play in order to face the same exact team?
I mean, it's tough to go out and kind of say you're gonna throw a game, right? But yeah, I think if you're DC United, you 150% have to protect, your players and make sure that they're going to get as strong as possible to that wild card game. And I'm not looking right now at the standings, so I don't know if they're already locked into the wild card or not.
Yeah, because
they're locked
only
in.
They're 34 games, and Toronto FC finished their 34th game, and they only have 37. They only have 37 points. So it's DC United versus CF Montreal. That's going to be the wild card game, and because they're both with 40 points, Toronto FC at 37. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I could tell you, if I was Inter Miami, I'd prefer to face most likely Montreal because, DC United has right now the golden boot in Christian Benteke, and he's been on a tear lately. He's been scoring a couple goals a game. And Miami's back line is their weakest spot, and has been their weakest spot. Although, look, I need to mention, the great games by Noah Allen that he's been having, one of the homegrown players, a local guy from Pembroke Pines, played in, Pines United. And we actually had a charity event with him a couple weeks ago with a buddy of mine, and he has a company and he hosts, these charity events with professional players to put on clinics. And a hell of a guy, Noah Allen, and he's having a great season coming back from last season, and he's getting his opportunity. So look, Inter Miami, their back line is weak, but they also have some pieces that are coming together at the right place. So look, man, it's tough, guys. I think either team, Montreal, DC United, me personally, like I said, I prefer to face Montreal, but either team is going to put up, a tough fight, knowing that you're playing against the GOAT and, his three best friends.
Yeah, the other thing too, probably not going to see so much of Sergio Busquets next week. He's on the yellow card. If he gets one more yellow card, he'll have to miss the first playoff game, and there's no way you're going to risk that, I would hope.
That's funny.
Yeah. I mean, I don't. You're definitely not going to, take any risks on missing any players from that first playoff game. So I think Inter Miami, although they have the points record there, out there, and I know a lot of fans want the points record. I understand it. Look, even if Tata Martino goes with an alternative lineup, we've seen, even with an Ian Frey playing instead of a Chelo Wigan, he's been a stout defender, whether he plays, right back, or whether he plays a right center back, or whether he plays in the line of three. Ian Frey has been fantastic. So look, if he goes with an alternative lineup, I'm still confident that they can beat New England Revolution and get the points and go in healthy into the playoffs.
And real quick, kudos to Diego Gomez of Inter Miami, named the top MLS player under the age of 22. He's going to finish this season, right? But then he's off to the Premier League with Bournemouth. Am I correct?
He's going to finish this year, but he's going to Brighton.
Oh,
wrong
Brighton.
team.
Okay.
Wrong team. I know you have Bournemouth on your mind, Dan. I know that there's a connection somewhere there, and there might be some free tickets somewhere over there. And I know you promised me to take me. So if you get those free tickets to Bournemouth, take me. But he's going to Brighton. So, which I think is a great move, both for him, player, and for the club, for Inter Miami, because they're making some cash out of here. And I'm excited to see who they're going to replace him with.
Oh, it's going to be great. Speaking of international soccer, the U.S. men's national team in action tonight against the team that I'm starting to really hate, Panama. But you got the new coach, Pochettino. Excited about that?
I mean, I'm not a huge U.S. men's national team fan, but look, I am excited for Poch. I think he unfortunately he didn't do well when he was a manager over at PSG. He had his kind of shining moment when he was managing Tottenham. And although he never really won anything, I think he's a good coach, and I think he could be the right fit for the U.S. men's national team. I still think they should have held out for a bigger name. But if there was anybody else that was out there, of the names that were, within the U.S. men's national team coaching pool, I think he was the best name that they could have got.
Couple quick questions for you, Daniel Solana. Do you like Pitt on the money line over Cal tonight?
I was listening to the segment earlier, and I'm kind of upset, Dan, that you don't invite me to trivia night. And I wanted to ask you, what kind of trivia do you do at trivia night? Because I'm a big fan of trivia. Huge fan of trivia. Absolutely.
General trivia, just all over the board every night of the week somewhere, man. You come on out, we got you taken care of, especially at Funky Buddha. That's all. You're a Solana, so your name holds a lot of weight at Funky Buddha.
That's what I hear. But getting back to that, I do like Pitt over Cal on the money line. Absolutely. But I would just prefer to take it, minus the 2.5 if it was minus 2.5.
Right. No, come on, Daniel. Like, just take the 2.5.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you this too. Also, are you going to be wagering on the game that we're excited about at 11 o'clock tonight? You get our favorite Hawaii. They're not the Rainbow Warriors anymore in Boise State. Just a little chaser at the end of the night.
I am going to get a little wager on that game. I'm throwing my money down on Boise State.
Absolutely.
I like that Ashton Genty, man.
Now, native, baby.
I got a question for you guys. I want to know what you guys think the odds are on my brother Alejandro Solana breaking the fast before 5 o'clock when he's supposed to.
He's been texting me all day.
So we have nearly 2 hours and 19 minutes left. I think he breaks the fast at 4:53.
I believe in him. Although
I think he breaks the fast at 4:53 with 36 seconds. I think he's gonna be like, it's only 7 minutes left. I mean, I'm not what this is not a crime. This is not a crime.
Well, you're gonna be there, right, Daniel?
No.
You're not
going to be there. I am not going to be there. I have a birthday party to go to. So,
is he going to that same birthday party?
No, he's not.
He said he's going to be with the family. That's what he told me.
Daniel has a reason. By the time he goes to that birthday party, it'll be 5 p.m. So he'll be able to enjoy the food at the birthday party. I'm telling you this right now. Alejandro is dying right now. He's looking at that fridge. He's staring at that fridge. He's making love to the fridge right now. He wants to eat, but he can't. Am I lying? Like, your brother. Your brother.
I pictured my brother. He's sitting on his couch watching some sort of game on TV, and he's staring at his dog, Fauci, eating his food, wishing that he could be probably eating Fauci's food.
You guys are not even able to eat a snack, like even take like a nibble of anything right now. You have to restrain. Only
not
water,
even
right?
Not even a glass of water. No, not even a glass of water.
Wow.
Yeah.
4:53. He's definitely breaking it. He's breaking it.
Yeah. What about this, Daniel? I'm cooking plank paneer tonight. What's the over/under that it's edible?
Oh my God! Definitely not edible at all.
You don't trust me with Indian food?
No chance. No chance. I trust you, Dan, with choices of beers and choices of liquors, and then maybe choices of bars. But that's that's where I trust you, Dan.
Have you seen the new starting five with Jimmy Butler in it?
I have. I'm excited. I didn't think
there's a lot of Jimmy in it though yet. So far, I've only seen the first 2 episodes.
Yeah. But I am excited. I've seen it. It's good. But yeah, we'll see what the other episodes have to hold.
Anthony Edwards is a star so far. I mean, LeBron, of course, because he's one of the producers. But Anthony Edwards looks great in that second episode.
He does. But why is Jason Tatum in there so much?
Yeah, you gotta put somebody.
Champions, man. I don't know. Have you seen the new Ali Wong special?
I have not.
All right.
I'm gonna check it out though. I'm gonna check it out.
Everybody loves Ali Wong.
Absolutely.
She's dating Bill Hader. You know that?
I did not know that.
Is that a good catch, or is that are you a little surprised about that? Because Vlad says it's a good catch. I say it's kind of surprising.
I don't really care what who cares if a girl.
I think it's a good catch, but I'm also a little surprised.